Hey, Northwake students and families, this is Robert here, and I'm excited to announce a couple of changes that are coming up to our Sunday night rhythms in student ministry. We think these are going to significantly just strengthen the discipleship that's already happening with students. And so, as we've looked back at the Lord's faithfulness over many years in student ministry, and just the fruit that he's brought about in our students' lives, we've noticed a couple of key opportunities to sharpen what we're already doing just so well. And so a couple weeks ago, you heard in Carson's sermon on the study serve rotation about how we think about ministry in terms of a trellis and a vine. Trellis being the framework that supports and gives structure to ministry, and vine growth being the maturity of followers of Christ. And so, here in student ministry, we are obsessed with the vine growth. We desire desperately to see students, grow to maturity in Christ. And so what that means is that we're constantly evaluating and looking at the trellis and making sure that it's properly supporting this vine growth that we so desperately want to see. So through that lens, we're going to be making a couple of key changes to our Sunday night rhythms. And so that first change is going to be that Sunday nights are no longer going to be called D groups or discipleship groups. Instead, moving forward, we're going to be calling them student grow groups. And this is a name that reflects our focus on growth in community as well as reflecting an involvement in Northwake as an adult. So there's going to be four co-ed student grow groups. Those are going to be the yellow grow group, the blue grow group, the red grow group, and the green grow group, each led by a team of both male and female leaders. So students are going to meet in two types of gatherings that alternate on different nights. The first type of meeting is going to be our normal student grow group nights. And these nights, students are just going to dive deeper into what they're learning on Sunday morning teaching in youth. And it's going to model and mirror really similar to what it looks like for an adult grow group to get together and discuss the Sunday sermon. So the second type of night is going to be a real talk night. And these nights are gender specific, focused on soul care. The goal is to foster gospel centered vulnerability and authenticity. Students will have space to identify sin patterns, confront lies that they believe, and be reminded of the truth of the gospel. While similar to their current D groups, Real Talk Nights will have a stronger emphasis on this heart level engagement rather than just content delivery. So we believe that alternating between these two formats will allow us to, one, give space to students for both theological reflection, but also soul deep honesty. And then two, just reduce the pressure that we have to just always go deep every week, but while still prioritizing authenticity. And to put this in perspective, because this change can just seem massive, if we had had this plan in place for the entire year, this would look like having 14 student altogether grow group nights and 14 real talk nights, which might not be as large of a shift as it seems initially. Uh, but to support this new structure, we're also introducing a new hybrid kind of leadership model. This means that each group is going to have two types of leaders. The first type of leader is going to be a promoting leader. And these are long term leaders who stay with a particular group of students throughout their time in student ministry. They'll serve, kind of like the group moms and group dads. They're there for a ministry of presence and to build long-term relationships with students. The second type of leader is going to be the grow group leader. These leaders are attached to a specific color group, for instance, the yellow grow group leader or the red grow group leader, not a specific grade or specific students. They are going to facilitate the altogether grow group nights, where we dive in deeper to Sunday morning teaching. And this provides a flexibility for newer or more transient North Wake members to serve in meaningful ways without the long term commitment and expectations that we have currently. This hybrid model honors both the long term relational discipleship and the transient nature of many in our church body. It offers clear expectations as well as substantial roles for leaders while maintaining that consistency for students that's just so important. So here's how the breakdown of our groups is going to be for this year. The yellow grow group is going to be our rising sixth grade group. Rising sixth graders, so excited to have you. It's going to be a great time. You guys are going to be a fun group for sure, and you'll be our first ever yellow grow group. The rising seventh and eighth graders will be our blue grow group. The rising ninth and 10th graders will be our red grow group, and the rising 11th and 12th graders will be our green grow group. And so these changes are going to be implemented once we return from camp, as we promote students into their new grades and welcome our incoming sixth graders. And sadly, yes, send off our seniors. It hurts every year. Uh, but we want to really clearly communicate why these changes and why this transition. And so here's a summary of some of the convictions that we have about this transition. The first is we just want to have a cohesive discipleship strategy. Currently, studies show that roughly, up to 80% of church-involved students will disengage from the church altogether by the time they turn 29. And we just want to work really hard to prepare students for just a long-term faithfulness, a long-term commitment, and joining together with the church as they step out of student ministry and into adult life. And we think being able to have a model that mirrors what it looks like as an adult in North Wake will help that. So the second thing is just to give our leaders clear expectations. Our previous model places the same expectations on all leaders, that they would be there as long as possible and lead every night. And it's a really just large commitment. And so this hybrid model gives us specific ways to ask specific things of different types of leaders and different commitments as well. And altogether, we think that that is going to be a better fit for the members of North Wake and what our church actually looks like. As we are such a transient church, members can be here for only a handful of years. And we don't want to exclude people from being able to participate in student ministry. And we don't want students to be able to, we want students to be able to have that consistent leaders, that they have proper expectations for how long they're going to be there. We have D group leaders who step in for the first time, and students will ask them just a heart-wrenching question. The first thing they'll ask them is, when are you leaving? And that's so sad because we want our students to be able to trust and know exactly what to expect from their leaders and their commitment as well. And so the other thing that we're really excited about is just more consistent Sunday night experience for all of our students. Currently, there's a wide just kind of variety of what a student can experience between maybe their D group has 2 or 3 students in it, or maybe a D group has up to 18 students in it. And that's just a wildly different experience on a Sunday night. This will make group sizes very similar across the board, as well as offer students the ability to hear from different leaders as they promote into different groups and get different grow group leaders. And the fifth thing here that we're really, really excited about is just the co-ed discipleship opportunities that will present itself during this transition. So that means that our young guys will be able to hear from their peers who are girls and leaders who are girls, and vice versa. And that's really important because I don't know if you know this, but North Wake is a co-ed church. There are guys here, there are girls here, and we have to figure out how to do life together. And what does this look like to, sharpen one another and push one another towards maturity in Christ. And the opportunities that this gives our students, we're really excited about. And then the last one here is just a clear call to vulnerability and authenticity. Asking students to go deep every week can feel exhausting and oftentimes just unrealistic. But by setting aside specific nights where this is the expectation that we will go deeper together, is hopefully going to bring about that clarity, but also just a stronger call. And hopefully we'll see more of that happen in student ministry. So next steps, we're going to be reaching out soon with more specifics tailored to your student and their grow group and their grow group leaders. But in the meantime, we really want to hear from you. We're announcing these things to get that feedback from you. So attached to this email is that Google form, that if you have any questions or concerns or hesitations, or if you're just plain out mad at me, that's cool too. I want to hear from you. So fill out that form. And if you want to have a more personalized meeting, I would love to buy you lunch or buy you coffee and just sit down and talk through these things. But what we hope here is that, yes, while change can be disruptive, this change is not reactive. It is incredibly intentional. This is just an adjustment to the trellis with the same desire of vine growth. We always talk about as leaders in student ministry, Colossians 1:28-29. We want to see students grow to maturity in Christ. And I believe that is a heart that's been saturated in the gospel for years. And so we're not changing that desire. That desire will never change at all. We are just simply tweaking the trellis and how we go about doing that. So please send us any questions or anything like that, and I'll be happy to get with you soon. But until then, I'll see you next Sunday.